All right. Welcome in, everyone. We're diving into something a little unexpected today.
Unexpected is right.
Yeah, so we're looking at Thanksgiving and insurance sales.
That's right.
And that connection might seem a little strange at first glance.
It might.
But stick with us. By the end of this deep dive, you'll see why insurance pros, they view this time of year, Thanksgiving, as a prime opportunity.
Prime time for insurance.
So to kick things off, maybe you can shed some light on this for us. Why is Thanksgiving, of all the holidays, so special for insurance?
Well, Thanksgiving, it's more than just the food and family. It's really a time when people kind of naturally, I think, reflect on what they're thankful for.
Makes sense.
And that mindset, that sets the stage for talking about protecting the things they value.
That's interesting. I can see that talking about loved ones, could easily lead to discussing ways to kind of safeguard their future.
Yeah.
But how does that actually play out, in real life?
Yeah. Well, imagine you're all gathered around the Thanksgiving table, right? You're sharing stories, remembering good times. Maybe someone mentions, a close call they had or something scary that happened in the past.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly the conversation shifts to making sure those memories are protected, for future generations.
I see, yeah.
That's how life insurance, for example, can naturally become part of the conversation.
So it's not about, forcing a sales pitch or anything.
Right.
It's about recognizing those organic moments where insurance just becomes relevant.
Exactly. The source material actually shares a story about a woman named Mary.
Oh.
She just casually mentioned the benefits of her life insurance policy during Thanksgiving dinner.
Uh-huh.
A few days later, her brother-in-law, who had been kind of putting off getting coverage, he contacted an agent.
Wow, that's a pretty powerful example.
It is.
I mean, it shows how, the Thanksgiving table can really spark those important conversations.
For sure.
But let's be honest, Thanksgiving's also known for being a bit, chaotic.
It can be.
With busy families, everyone running around. Are people really in the mood to talk insurance amidst all that?
That's a fair point. But remember, Thanksgiving often brings together key decision makers.
Oh, right.
Spouses, parents, adult children.
All in one place.
All in one place, which is actually pretty rare these days.
Yeah, that's true.
And with everyone present, decisions about insurance can happen much more efficiently.
It's like a family meeting, but with pumpkin pie.
Exactly. And speaking of taking advantage of the moment,
yeah,
I've heard that insurance agents often roll out special promotions around Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right. What's the strategy there?
Well, insurance companies are smart. They know that limited time offers create a sense of urgency.
Makes sense.
So you'll see things like discounted premiums for new clients.
Yeah.
Referral bonuses for existing clients, or even free consultations to review your current coverage.
It's like a win-win, right?
It is.
Clients get a good deal, and agents capitalize on that holiday momentum. Smart move. But beyond these kind of tactical promotions, Thanksgiving also kicks off the holiday season, right?
It does.
A time when people are reflecting on the past year and planning for the next one. Does that play into insurance sales as well?
Absolutely. Thanksgiving acts as a natural springboard for year-end financial planning.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect time to think about securing peace of mind and setting financial goals for the new year.
Okay, so we've established that Thanksgiving offers this, unique blend.
Yeah.
Of a reflective mindset, family gatherings, and this focus on the future.
Yeah.
But what makes Thanksgiving stand out from other holidays when it comes to insurance? Isn't every holiday a good time to connect with family and talk about these matters?
That's where it gets interesting. Our source actually provides a comparison chart.
Okay.
That highlights why Thanksgiving kind of trumps other holidays in this regard.
Okay.
For example, families typically spend more quality time together at Thanksgiving compared to, let's say, the often hectic pace of Christmas or New Year's. The chart actually shows that families spend an average of 6 hours together during Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow, 6 hours.
Compared to just 3 hours on Christmas Day.
That's a lot of time to potentially steer the conversation toward insurance.
Exactly. Plus, while summer holidays are great for relaxation, they don't necessarily spark that same level of financial reflection as Thanksgiving, which naturally leads people to think about protecting what matters most.
Okay, so Thanksgiving has a clear edge, but let's get down to brass tacks here.
Mm-hmm.
What are some specific tactics that insurance agents can use to leverage this Thanksgiving advantage?
Yeah, good question. Our source mentions a few.
Right.
One tactic that stood out to me was sending out gratitude-themed emails to clients.
Okay.
You know, it's a softer approach than a blatant sales pitch.
Right.
Imagine receiving an email that says, "What are you thankful for this year? Let's talk about how to protect those things."
Yeah, that's clever. It connects insurance to the holiday spirit.
Exactly. And it's not just email marketing. Think about social media posts with, heartwarming images.
And questions like, who are you most grateful for this Thanksgiving? These posts can subtly link those feelings of gratitude to the importance of insurance.
I see, yeah. So it seems like the key is to be subtle and kind of weave insurance into the existing, fabric of Thanksgiving conversations and activities.
Okay.
All right. And what about sponsoring local Thanksgiving events?
Oh, that's a great one. Imagine an insurance company sponsoring a community Thanksgiving meal for those in need.
Yeah.
This not only builds goodwill, but it subtly positions the brand as caring and community-oriented.
I like that. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about the unique holiday mindset, the benefits of family gatherings, and even some tactical strategies for insurance professionals.
For sure.
But what about the listener?
Yeah. Have you ever experienced or witnessed these insurance-related conversations at Thanksgiving?
Honestly, I can't say I've ever had in-depth insurance talks at Thanksgiving.
But now that you mention it, I do recall my aunt casually mentioning that she was looking into updating her life insurance policy last year.
See, it happens more often than we realize. And it makes sense. We're often told that holidays are a time to avoid sensitive topics, but sometimes those difficult conversations are better had in a familiar, comfortable setting like Thanksgiving.
That's true. Surrounded by loved ones, it might actually feel less intimidating to bring up those topics.
Exactly. And Thanksgiving provides that natural bridge between expressing gratitude for what we have and taking concrete steps to protect it.
Yeah, it's almost like a natural progression. We're thankful for our family, our home, our health, and then we start thinking about how to safeguard those things.
Precisely. And the beauty of it is this isn't about turning Thanksgiving into a sales pitch.
Right.
It's about recognizing the natural alignment between the holidays' themes and the core purpose of insurance, safeguarding what matters most.
It's about approaching these conversations with genuine care and understanding. Nobody wants to feel like they're being ambushed with a sales pitch while they're trying to enjoy their pumpkin pie.
Absolutely. It's about recognizing that people are already in a reflective, future-oriented mindset during Thanksgiving. They're thinking about family, legacy, and what they want to leave behind.
It's like the holiday spirit itself opens up these new avenues for connection and meaningful dialogue. And I love that our source provides those practical tips for insurance professionals. And it's not just about understanding the why, but also the how.
Yeah, it's about empowering those in the insurance industry to leverage this unique opportunity in a way that feels authentic and helpful. For instance, imagine an insurance agent sponsoring a local Thanksgiving food drive.
That's such a great example. Not only are they supporting their community and embodying the spirit of giving,
Right.
but they're also subtly aligning their brand with positive emotions.
Exactly. It's a win-win situation. And when you think about it, Thanksgiving is all about coming together and supporting one another. Insurance, at its core, is about doing the same thing, just on a financial level.
Wow. I've never thought about it that way before. It's like creating a financial safety net for each other.
Precisely. And the beauty of Thanksgiving is that it transcends cultural and socioeconomic boundaries. It's a holiday that almost everyone can relate to on some level.
That's so important. It means that these insights about insurance and Thanksgiving have the potential to resonate with such a diverse audience.
Exactly. It reminds us that financial planning isn't just about numbers and spreadsheets. It's about values, relationships, and ensuring a brighter future for ourselves and the people we care about.
Okay, so we've talked about the emotional and psychological aspects, the practical tips, and the broader societal implications. But let's address some potential concerns.
You mean is it really appropriate to talk about insurance during Thanksgiving?
Right. I think it's a valid question and speaks to the need for sensitivity and tact.
Absolutely. No one wants to feel like they're being pressured into a financial decision while passing the gravy. But that's where framing comes in.
Framing. What do you mean?
It's about approaching those conversations with empathy and understanding. It's about positioning insurance not as a burden or obligation, but as a thoughtful gesture, a way to express care and protect the people you love.
So instead of a hard sell,
Right.
It's more about gently weaving the topic into the natural flow of conversation.
Precisely. And let's be realistic, sometimes those difficult conversations are better had in a familiar, comfortable setting like Thanksgiving.
Right, surrounded by loved ones who can offer support and different perspectives.
Exactly. Thanksgiving offers that built-in support system where people can ask questions, share concerns, and process information together. It can make the whole experience less daunting and more collaborative.
So it's not about hijacking the holiday or turning it into a business meeting.
No.
It's about recognizing the unique opportunity Thanksgiving presents to have those important conversations in a more relaxed and supportive environment.
You hit the nail on the head. And this all circles back to what we discussed earlier about the holiday mindset. Thanksgiving naturally fosters a sense of gratitude, reflection, and a desire to protect what matters most. Insurance simply aligns with those sentiments.
It's like Thanksgiving gives us permission to think about the long term, about building a secure and stable future for ourselves and our families.
And as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, it strikes me that this connection between Thanksgiving and insurance also highlights a larger trend we're seeing in society.
Oh, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, it seems like there's a growing movement toward integrating financial wellness into our overall well-being.
You mean like it's not just about physical and mental health,
Right.
but also financial health?
Exactly. And I think Thanksgiving, with its focus on gratitude, family, and future planning, embodies that holistic approach.
It's like the holiday itself is reminding us that true well-being encompasses all aspects of our lives, including our financial security.
And that's a powerful message to carry with us, not just during Thanksgiving, but throughout the entire year.
So as we head into the final part of our deep dive, I'm curious to explore this idea further. How can we as individuals embrace this more holistic view of well-being and make financial wellness a priority in our lives? That's a really great question. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day and put off financial planning. But how do we shift our thinking to make financial wellness a more consistent priority?
Well, I think it starts with recognizing that financial well-being is not a destination, but a journey. It's about making small, consistent choices over time that align with our values and goals.
So it's not about making drastic changes overnight, but rather incorporating healthy financial habits into our daily lives.
Precisely. And Thanksgiving, with its emphasis on gratitude and reflection, provides a natural opportunity to assess our financial well-being. It's like a yearly checkup for our finances.
I like that analogy. Just like we schedule annual physicals, maybe we should also schedule financial checkups to review our budgets, savings goals, and insurance coverage.
Exactly. And during these checkups, we can ask ourselves some key questions. What are we doing well? What areas need improvement? What steps can we take to create a more secure financial future for ourselves and our families?
Those are great questions to consider. And I think the source material subtly hints at something really important here. It's not just about protecting our material possessions, but also about safeguarding our dreams and aspirations.
You're absolutely right. Insurance, in this context, becomes more than just a financial product. It's a tool that empowers us to pursue our passions and live a fulfilling life without fear of the unexpected.
That's such a powerful way to frame it. It's about having the freedom to chase our dreams, knowing that we have a safety net in place.
And this message resonates particularly strongly during Thanksgiving. It's a time when we're surrounded by loved ones, sharing stories, and looking towards the future with hope and optimism.
It's like Thanksgiving gives us permission to dream big and then encourages us to take practical steps to turn those dreams into reality.
It's about creating a sense of security that allows us to take risks, pursue our passions, and build a future we can be proud of.
I love that idea. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember that Thanksgiving is just one day out of the year. But the principles it embodies, gratitude, reflection, and proactive planning, can guide us throughout our lives.
You're absolutely right. It's about carrying the spirit of Thanksgiving with us each and every day, making financial wellness a consistent priority, not just a once-a-year thought.
So we can view Thanksgiving as a springboard for creating a life filled with abundance, security, and yes, even gratitude for our financial well-being.
Exactly. And on that note, I think it's time to raise a glass to Thanksgiving, to the unexpected connections we've made, and to the journey of financial wellness that lies ahead.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
And to all our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective on Thanksgiving, insurance, and the importance of protecting what matters most. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Yeah, that is a great question. It's so easy to get caught up, right?
It is in the day-to-day and just kind of push off financial planning. But how do we actually shift our mindset, to make financial wellness a more consistent thing?
Well, I think a good place to start is recognizing that financial well-being, it's not like a destination.
Okay.
It's more of a journey.
Right.
It's about making these small, consistent choices that over time align with our values and goals.
So it's not about like, making these huge drastic changes overnight.
Right.
It's more about just incorporating those healthy habits into our daily routine.
Exactly. And Thanksgiving, with its emphasis on gratitude and reflection, it's like a natural opportunity to assess our financial well-being. It's like a yearly checkup for our finances.
Ooh, I like that. Like we schedule annual physicals, right?
Right.
Maybe we should also schedule those financial checkups.
Exactly.
Just to review our budgets, savings goals and insurance coverage.
And during those checkups, we can ask ourselves these key questions, right? Like, what are we doing well? Where can we improve? What steps can we take to create a more secure financial future for ourselves and our families?
Those are great questions.
Yeah.
And I think the source material kind of subtly hints at something really important here.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about protecting our stuff, our material possessions.
Right.
But also about safeguarding our dreams and aspirations.
Absolutely. Insurance in this context, it's more than just a financial product. It's a tool that empowers us to pursue our passions and live a fulfilling life without that fear of the unexpected.
Yeah, without being held back.
Exactly.
And it's a powerful way to frame it.
Yeah.
It's about having that freedom to chase our dreams, knowing we have that safety net.
And this message, it really resonates, I think, especially during Thanksgiving.
Oh, and also.
Well, it's a time when we're surrounded by loved ones, right?
Yeah.
Sharing stories and looking ahead with hope and optimism.
Yeah. It's like Thanksgiving gives us permission to dream big and then, encourages us to actually take those practical steps to make those dreams a reality.
It's about creating that sense of security that allows us to take risks, pursue our passions and build a future that we can be proud of.
I love that. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember Thanksgiving is just one day, right?
It is.
But those principles, gratitude, reflection, and proactive planning, those can guide us throughout our lives.
You're absolutely right. It's about carrying that spirit of Thanksgiving with us each and every day.
Yeah.
Making financial wellness a consistent priority, not just a once-a-year thought.
Yeah, not just when the turkey's on the table.
Exactly.
So we can really view Thanksgiving as a kind of springboard for creating a life filled with abundance, security, and, even gratitude for our financial well-being.
Exactly. And on that note, I think it's time to raise a glass to Thanksgiving, to these unexpected connections, and to the journey of financial wellness that lies ahead.
Cheers to that. And to all our listeners, we hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective on Thanksgiving, insurance, and the importance of protecting what matters most. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.